the range of allopathic medicine, see, complete Indian knowledge system in a language that everyone understands. So there is only one Swami Nirmalananda Giri Maharaj, and we are fortunate that we have with him today as the keynote address blessing discourse. And on behalf of Ayurveda Pharmasi, the organizers of Tatu Prakashni, we offer him a small lecture.
Most revered Swamiji, our humble gratitude please for the kind words that you mentioned. Friends, it was 2 years ago that I happened to be at a function where they told me Swamiji is speaking next. I went and sat among the audience, and next to me was one of the most leading, oldest cardiologist of that city. Swamiji, first thing he said, I can't speak through a mic, he removed the mic, his voice is so powerful. There's a huge audience and mainly women folk. Swamiji tried to tell you that he is not good in English. That's a humble way of putting it, because the English which he would have spoken, I'm sure many of us would not have understood. That's an English command that he has. So he was trying to dilute his language. But there it was in Malayalam, it was like a tsunami. The speed at which he conveyed and the questions that he asked to the cardiologist based on his knowledge of modern research, based on some of the latest researches in the US. Poor cardiologist could not answer a single word and he agreed, yes Swamiji, there's nothing that we have in modern medicine. Then he tried to make the women folk understand how they play a major role in maintaining the health of the society and the family. And asking each of them, do you know this? Do you know this? Some of them said, we have seen it as advertisement in television. Swami said, that is a state or fate that we are in, that we have to learn all this only through such advertisements and on television. Through the language which Swamiji said he doesn't know, instead of making you realize more or make you more aware of more things, he made you aware how little or how nothing we all of us know, isn't it? Each thing he said was something new. And at the end of the whole thing, Swami is so punctual there, he didn't even have a watch, or I don't think he carried a watch. He started at 2 and there we didn't have a clock. Exactly at 4 he said, I think I'm 1 minute late, and exactly it was just half a minute past his 2 hours. That is a punctuality without even being conscious. This is how they master their body mind. Now some of you said, can Swamiji, can you continue for some more time? Now these great masters are not just speakers or teachers, and they cannot limit their knowledge system. They are gurus who are an encyclopedia of not Ayurveda alone. Talk to them of anything. And that's why I've always been keen right from 70s. When we started the college, during the holidays I used to insist that every student who goes on a holiday for Onam or Vishu cannot be roaming around with parents and celebrations and festivals, but find a guru of your local village. Go serve them at least for a few days. And to draw the best, what he gave us were very, very casual things, the greater messages they have. And if you want to learn all that he mentioned, one lifetime is not going to be enough. So what's the use of another 2 hours being spoken by Swamiji? For how many ever notes he's going to send, it's not going to be enough, or you'll have to read it for the next 10 days. That's why in the morning I said, catch on the feet of these masters. Our old student Vishnu is Swamiji's disciple. And when I went to his clinic years ago, I found the number of youngsters, modern medical doctors, Ayurvedists, who sits and writes prescriptions. He just commands like this. He spends time with each patient the way he exactly described. So, my humble request to all of you is, as we mentioned, requested yesterday, just don't limit your degrees. Go after such masters. Olden days, when Viadyas finished their education, there's a temple of Dhanvantri in Kerala called the Nilvai temple. Those great masters used to go and do bhajanam, we say, tapas for 12 years. You may think 12 years how much of money we could have made. The wrong way. Because you consult and give the medicine and most probably the patient may not come back because he doesn't live after that. But 12 years you can do tapas at the feet of such great masters in great shrines, come back and you touch the patient and he gets healed. And a subject like this is not something which they can teach you across the table. What you need is to listen to them, serve them. Swamiji in his words made you understand how little you have learned so far. If you spend more time with them, you will really get insulted because they would treat you mainly your ego. Remove it and then you can become great masters. And after that, he just have to keep his hand on your head. And like modern tape recorders, there's an empty tape and another full tape. Just put a switch, it gets transferred. These masters can transfer the entire knowledge to you. And they are looking out for disciples. Even early in the morning when Swamiji came, so difficult to get disciples and good students who like to take over all this. In Kerala alone, there are 12 great mutts of great rishis parampara, who now doesn't have next talamura or next generation who could take over those ashrams. I would definitely welcome many of you would like to come and take over. There's an ashram, there was a Swamiji from Tanjore who had 1,000 acres in Arya. He had a huge temple in Sri Lanka. He was hunting and somehow he came to know that I was a bachelor. He came and said, please take over. I can hand over only to a brahmachari. But humble request is please take to sannyas, which I was not prepared at that time because I had a greater mission. All these institutions of knowledge are getting lost. And one more additional responsibility to all of you is to become such masters, and through the blessings of this, they desire that the disciple should be greater than the master. This great country's heritage has to be saved, and the whole world is prepared to follow you. Like you are prepared to follow Swamiji like this. I'm very happy some of you felt that it's 1.5 hours, 2 hours, it's boring and you should stop and go for lunch, but even prepared to give up lunch. Swamiji, thank you so much for blessing them more than through your words. Your being here is the greatest blessing. Pranams to you. Namaskaram. Thank you.
Swamiji, we have a custom over here of giving the students a chance to speak out the views of the session. Normal custom is taking a draw and it would be a random person, but today we are just diverting from the custom. It's an open invitation for all of you that anyone can volunteer and just say the synopsis of Swamiji's session.
Better name and call, nobody will volunteer.
Yeah, Dr. Rakesh Narayan from National Institute of Ayurveda.
Dr. Rakesh Narayan from Rajasthan's Ayurveda Institute.
First of all, when we sit in front of such masters, the first thing we come to know is that we don't know anything, and also to say a synopsis of such a talk is very difficult. But I am attempting it because I want to show that we will follow your path. We will try to follow. What I understood from what Swamiji said is that you can be a revolutionary and a saint at the same time. You have to revolutionize, you have to gain your knowledge and then change the world. And in order to change the world, you must be self-prepared first. You must attain the knowledge somehow and then go out to the world know the world and then change the world. This is what I understood from what Swamiji said. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakesh. This is what I mean by volunteer, and you can come and say such a wonderful opinion. Thank you, Rakesh, for your wonderful synopsis. So we are formally announced that this session closes at this hour, but our next session won't be a delay. It is starting at the same time at 1:30. The Charaka Nidana Panchamahabhutik aspect from Dr. Prashant Surupuri. So we formally conclude this session now. Thank you.